Welcome back to the channel. This is Honest Adonis 2. LeBron James does not make your team super, but according to his fans, Scottie Pippen and Kevin Durant do. It's funny because at times people don't understand what they're saying actually means. For example, did you know most LeBron fans feel that Dennis Rodman is the reason for the second three-peat in terms of him being a great defender and a great rebounder? But did you also know there's one man drafted since the turn of the century? Like Time magazine says LeBron James is the athlete of the century, they're talking about from 2000 until 2026. That's also what I mean by the turn of the century. From 2000 until 2026, there's one man who's top 10 all-time in rebounds. At the making of this video, July 17th, 2026, and top 15 all-time in blocks. This guy has more rebounds all-time than such greats as Shaquille O'Neal, Hakeem Olajuwon, LeBron James, and even Dennis Rodman, if you can believe that. Yet LeBron James was not able to win 3 rings in a row with that player or even get a back-to-back with that player. To many of you, it will not come as a surprise that the player I'm talking about is Dwight Howard. Yes, Dwight Howard is 10th all-time in rebounds. Before you discredit for leverage, because that's a LeBron James tactic in these conversations, by saying he's a center, he should be. There are no other centers drafted from the year 2000 until right now who are even close. That says a lot about Rudy Gobert and everybody else you want to put in that boat with Dwight Howard. 2, Dwight Howard was drafted in 2004. That's 1 year after LeBron James, and he was also drafted out of high school. So we should be looking at him on this Kobe LeBron level, this out of high school level, this Kevin Garnett, Amari Stoudemire, Moses Malone, who a lot of people did not know came out of high school also level. Now, why is all that I said important? Because Dwight Howard, out of high school, was able to get to the finals in this difficult Eastern Conference LeBron James had to battle through in order to get to the finals in 2007 at the tender age of 22 at 23. The reason why that's important is because if getting to the finals young, earlier than Michael Jordan got there and he's everybody's standard, then why are we not also talking about Dwight Howard? I'll tell you why I believe. Because he was out of high school. 2, he beat LeBron James doing it. You cannot shine. You're not allowed to. The NBA won't let it happen if you did it outshining LeBron James. You might tell yourself that ain't true. Tell me in his 24-year career where what I just said has not been the case. If you shine in too much over LeBron, you got to get out of here. You got to get out the way. Furthermore, he got to the finals by beating LeBron James. That's impossible to do. Thirdly, he took on Kobe Bryant, this guy who's allegedly not even supposed to be better than LeBron. But how in the hell did Dwight Howard beat LeBron James and then lose to Kobe Bryant? Because Kobe Bryant blew a 3-1 lead to the Suns in 2006, and he got swept by Dirk Nowitzki in 2011. My question is, why is deflection for the sake of leverage such a popular tactic used by the LeBron James fan argument syndicate? Well, like Juvenile said on the Project English album, he get it from his mama. I'm a rapper, but I'm still a gorilla. You understand? What does Kobe have to do with LeBron James losing to Dwight Howard? If you think about it, all 3 of them were high schoolers. Kobe, LeBron, and Dwight Howard. Yet you notice we don't ever talk about Dwight Howard being young. We don't ever talk about Dwight Howard coming out of high school. We don't ever talk about Dwight Howard going to the finals at such a young age. We don't talk about that at all. We also don't talk about Dwight Howard being top 10 all time, not just in the 2000s, not just that's period in 85 years of basketball. How the hell did this high schooler get to be top 10 all time in rebounds and we don't ever hear about it? All these insignificant stats and figures, and LeBron was the first person to make a ham sandwich at the studio. You never made a sandwich at the studio, nigga. LeBron James is the GOAT. Type shit we hear about this dude, I wouldn't know about it if I wasn't searching for a whole other topic from the first beginning. Shout out to Ebonics and Broken English.
What are you trying to say?
This is a historic list of all-time rebounders. Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Elvin Hayes, Moses Malone, Tim Duncan, Karl Malone, Robert Parrish, Kevin Garnett, and Dwight Howard rounding it off at 10. All of these guys are on the top 75 all-time basketball players list. You can check the list for yourself. Look through them. all the guys in this top 10 have either won multiple rings or been to multiple finals. In this day and age, since everybody is reclassifying what things are, multiple is more than one. That being said, Dwight Howard's there. 09 he's in the finals, and 2020 he's in the finals. Yes, this all-time great in Dwight Howard, who came out of high school, like Moses Malone, like Kevin Garnett did. These are all guys on this top 10 list. For some reason, he's not a top 75er. I'll tell you why he's not. In my estimation, politics. 1, how dare you beat LeBron in 09? 2, how dare you help LeBron get a ring in 2020? Anyone who helps LeBron do anything on the basketball level, all of a sudden, after they help LeBron, they're trash, they're washed, they were never whatever. Which is why I propose to you the argument that LeBron never made anybody better. No one. Nobody, baby. LeBron fans will try to point to Austin Reeves, but you can't call him better when your agent just said, and Rich Paul is LeBron's mouthpiece. If Rich Paul said it, LeBron James was talking about it to Rich Paul. Austin Reeves should come off the bench. You don't make someone better and then claim they should come off the bench so that you could be the second option. This is one of the reasons, in my estimation, Michael Jordan advocates for Scottie Pippen, because Mike is like, I made him better. Think of your long-term girlfriend or wife. Bro, she was not handling conflicts the way you explained to her to handle conflicts. You gave her logic, facts, and reasons, along with strategies from a guy's perspective that when she implements on them hating-ass bitches at her job, gives her the conclusion that she wants. Leave it in the comments if you know what I'm talking about, this evening, brothers. Bro, she handles the world differently, to the point she looks at other dudes she messed with like, what was I even thinking to even, God, those guys is a nightmare. That's why you men don't ever be over here stressing, oh, she gonna cheat on me. You already know you can't spell guidance without guy. And I came around and gave her the proper guidance, or else she'd have ran off by now. The door ain't locked. He is not being held hostage. Shout out to you men who understand that, and these LeBron James fans don't understand that they're not at that place in their life yet, and they may never be. That's why this channel is not for them, but they're the ones who making me rich by keep on arguing. I'm telling you, I love it. Anyway, under Michael Jordan's guidance and tutelage, Scottie Pippen turned into whoever he was. Scottie doesn't do that on another team. He didn't do that on another team. You can't prove that. That's the difference between me being a grown man with discernment and you being a grown man still living in your mother's house as a man-child. Because when LeBron didn't want it said, Rich Paul didn't say it. When LeBron wanted to say something, he came out and said it himself. So this is cap. If LeBron wanted it said, he'd come out and say it, or he'd have the media say it on his behalf. Speaking of that, sidebar, LeBron James had more help than Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan never had an entire network, sports network at his behalf. He never had a magazine at his behalf. He never had sports media do and say whatever he wanted them to say. It didn't happen. That's one part of the help. Second part of the help, Jordan never had a sports management team. Ahmad Rashad was Jordan's personal interviewer, but Ahmad Rashad did not have no stakes in NBC. He wasn't no mover, no shaker telling NBC what to do. He worked there. But the whole point of me saying any of this is LeBron James doesn't make your team super, but at the same time, you had a defensive rebounding player that was better than Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman is 24th all time in rebounds. Dwight Howard is one of the top 10 greatest rebounds in NBA history. He's in the air of Robert Parrish. He's in the air of Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett. These are people who LeBron fans have called super players. Tim Duncan, the Dynasty Spurs. Dwight Howard is in that air. Oh, the super team Celtics with Kevin Garnett. Dwight Howard is right in that same air. Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell, Kareem Abdul. Dwight Howard is at their table. It's only 10 of them at the table. And LeBron was not able to get 3 rings in a row with this guy? That's what I'm saying. LeBron does not make your team super. That's got to be a part of the whole conversation. Even with a top 10 all-time rebounder. Not top 10 in just the 2000s. Dwight Howard is top 10 in 80 years of basketball and rebounding. Why couldn't LeBron win multiple rings with Dwight Howard? One, no one else can get the credit. This is why, in my opinion, and a lot of people's opinions, this free agency has taken so long. I've seen in several comments, people have said LeBron is waiting for the World Cup to end and then he's going to say. I've heard a lot of people use the term narcissist. I don't really like that term because it's hackneyed and overused. Selfish. The point is that I would say LeBron James is like that, and all of us guys who have real world experience, he's like that kid. All of us men in here, we was in our 20s and 30s, we was dating a girl who was in her 20s, mid to late 20s, early 20s, maybe even 18, 19 years old, and she had a kid, or maybe two. A lot of you LeBron fans who don't have real world experience, you were that little kid that she was raising. This is going to hit home for a lot of these LeBron fans, and you're going to see it in the comments. Watch how they strike out. But only hit dogs holler. Remember that one. You was messing with this girl, and you was seeing the way she was raising her son. Man. It was damn near his house. Now, you wasn't one of these dudes who was taking from their resources, drinking his juices, whatever. You bringing your own burn over there. You bringing whatever, your stuff. You bringing your stuff over there. See what I'm saying? But he just ran the house. He interrupting you and the girl while y'all talking. Like, this is adults talking. He's straight up chiming in. She not even telling him, take your little ass in there to bed.
What the fuck is wrong with this little nigga, man? Why he keep... Stop coming in this room. I'm trying to fuck your mama. Stop coming in this room with your fake ass little kid problem. Talking about, Mama, I gotta pee. Go to bed. Mama, I wanna eat. Go to bed. You little motherfucker, take your cock like an ass to sleep. Stop coming in this room. I'm trying to fuck your mama. She got a super booty and I got some super condoms. I'ma give it a super dick. Huh? When? Super quick. But I can't. You keep coming in here with that stupid shit. Talking about, Mama, I wanna pee. Go to bed. Mama, I wanna kiss you. You little motherfucker. I'ma slap you with my pistol if you don't stop coming in this room and let me fuck your mama. I swear for Lord, it's gonna be a motherfucking problem. Go to bed. Hey, stop coming in this room. You starting to make me mad. You come in this room again, I'ma kick your fucking ass. Damn, man, I hate these little kids. Always interrupt. Yo, don't you see I'm trying to show your mama these nuts?
You get the idea, fellas. You know exactly what I'm saying while I'm saying it. We've all been there. And that little dude was as spoiled as he wanted to be, but it ain't his fault. He just a kid. His mother, who don't know what the fuck she doing when it comes to raising kids, is spoiling him. You ever see that same kid when other kids come over? First of all, this kid, the spoiled kid, he got a mountain of toys. Just every toy. Other kids come over to play with him, he start getting mad because kids are touching his toys. This one lone doll over in the corner somewhere collecting dust. One of these stray kids go over there and pick that toy up. We're talking about an old dusty Annabelle looking toy. Here comes spoiled man snatching the toy away from that kid, not because he want to play with it, because he don't want this kid playing with it. I'm only talking to you men who have real world experience. Leave it in the comments if you was in your 20s or 30s and you dated a girl who was 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. She already had a kid or two and you stopped dealing with her because of her hard-headed ass kids. You leave that in the comments. No shame, because 10, 15 years later, you realize, oh boy, I dodged a bullet not messing with this broad and her ignorant ass child. Ooh-wee. Make you want to start Holy Ghost dancing a little bit. I gave you that whole scenario to say, that's LeBron James. Therefore, let's break up this championship team, because I don't want to give none of y'all credit. I don't want to give the head coach credit. I don't want to give the assistant coach credit. I don't want to give nobody who played on a team credit. You can't have credit for helping me, even though you did. It's a part of the narrative. So I can say I did it all by myself, much like my single independent mama does. She don't never say that PA helped us. She don't say WIC helped us. She don't say Section 8 helped us. Basically, Uncle Sam was my mother's boyfriend. And all these other dudes who've been coming through here just beating it and leaving, those are like the head coaches that LeBron had fired on all his other teams. Ooh, that's a deep one. And for the LeBron fans who are using deflection as leverage, who say, you sound like you talking from experience. Yeah, I was the head coach. That was me coming in there dealing with your hard-headed mother who was lost, didn't know what she was doing, and you was the player on her team, and I was like, I gotta leave. I ain't beat her up, yell, scream. I smiled and said, ha, word, okay, I'll be back. Went to get that pack of cigarettes and never came back, you little bitch. Meanwhile, your mama still don't got no man. I got a whole other family chilling, bitch, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? But at the end of the day, all of your deflection does not erase 6 finals losses. And that's really what we're here talking about today. You mad because your GOAT and his ego got in the way of him winning 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rings in a row. He could have did it, but he too much of a bitch. He had all the help and all the personnel, but he too much of a bitch. He had the NBA behind him, changing rules for him. Traveling is now allowed. Open up the lanes so the half-court game can now be a transition game in a matter of moments. Defenders, you can't swipe for the ball no more. That's a foul. You got to keep your hands straight up in the air like you getting arrested or some shit. Keep everybody out on the perimeter. But that doubles as the lanes are now open. If everybody's out on the perimeter, the lanes are wide open. So you can put your head down, take 4 or 5 steps to the basket without dribbling, and dunk it. Yay, LeBron the GOAT. But you know what? That's just my take. And I'm sticking to it. You tell me how you think about it in the comments. Now, keep in mind, if you think this guy didn't have multiple chances to win 3 rings in a row on multiple teams with multiple good players and personnel at his disposal, like LeBron James in the finals, you lose again.